family. Welcome back to another episode of Dream Do Done, your accountability podcast every single Monday, 1-ish. And we're doing good today. 1-ish Eastern Standard Time with your favorite girls, the Pulpit Chic, Serena Brown Travis, the how-to coach, Tamara Hartley, and myself, Dr. Stacie and Grant. Thank you for showing up, for being a part of our broadcast each and every week. We're almost 2 years old. We're getting there. We're getting old in these streets. Well, we're excited to be here today and to talk about a couple of things, but let's just get caught up. It's a busy time of the year. The number 8 is the number of new beginnings. So the month of August is a month of new beginnings for me. Faithpreneur weekend is like my new year. Like this celebration of being able to pull together this ecosystem. And I gave birth to a Leo whose birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating birthdays in the month of August. You know, I'm a firm believer when it's birthday time, you celebrate all month long. Yes, Libras, we're that obnoxious. That's what we do.
and Stacie celebrates all month long. You have to go back through the podcast and see how long her balloons are up.
It stays up all month. Hey, Stacie. Hey, Elizabeth. Another one of our Faithpreneur weekend faculty members that'll be presenting. But anyway, I digress. Off to the greetings. Serena, what do you have to say? How was your weekend?
Listen, it was super busy. I'm so happy to be here with you all today. So happy to see my sisters. It was a great weekend. I have absolutely no complaints. So I'm just blessed to be alive, and I cannot wait to share the show today.
Awesome. And Tamara?
So yes, it was a busy weekend for me as well. I'm getting my stepson ready to go away to college. And so you know what that looks like. So his school is actually opening up. So you know what that looks like. So I was getting all that stuff together over the weekend, but it's all good. I'm proud of him for making that leap. And here we go for another year.
Yay. Congrats. And hey, Soror. Melissa Walton Joe, she's excited. She's registered for Faithpreneur weekend. Girl, this thing gonna be I'm heading to UPS today. We have a local sponsor that's helping with our shipping, our UPS store of Laurelton, New York. So shout out to our own Black-owned business that is supporting us getting these Faithpreneur boxes on the road. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to do myself. I can barely sleep, y'all. I'm like jumping up in the middle of the night, like,
I know you are. Look, I was like, I'm wondering if you're getting any rest at all. Like, and then you get excited too. So
she's not. I can tell by the way her phone is ringing that this is going to be a phenomenal weekend because you already know. You put blood, sweat, tears, everything into it. So I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm excited not only to attend and to participate, but I'm actually excited to see the execution of this. And this is just another example for you all. When we're talking about these virtual events and how to do it, I'm just anxious to see how it's going to be done because we know it's going to be superb. So
not only will it be superb, it's going to be superb and we're virtual. Like, I mean, you know, Stacie does nothing on a small scale. She does nothing on let's dial it back. That is not even in
none of that. And on last week's call was so funny. Stacie showed us a surprise that you all are going to see, and that knocked our socks off. So I can't even wait.
It's going down. What I tell you, God is amazing. That's all I would say. When you said execution, somebody else, my other girlfriend said, I'm so proud of you. You stuck this out in the midst of COVID-19, in the midst of all of what people are talking about with the economy, in the midst of all of the heightened racial tension, which unfortunately continues to be a challenge. You know, I came in today from an appointment and my son was like, Mom, did you see the news? And I'm like, this is a news-free zone. Like right now, I can't focus on anything but serving my faithpreneurs. I have to stay focused. I'm staying in prayer for this country. I'm staying in prayer for those who are recuperating from COVID. I'm staying in prayer for those who are dealing with financial challenge. But right now, I need to stay focused on my assignment. And my assignment is to make sure that we have curated the best experience possible to move my faithpreneurs into the mindset of how to leverage relationships, resources, and revenue to create a sustainable economy by being cash flow positive. This is not time to play. We can see what's going on. We need to fix the things that haven't been working. And you can't fix anything you don't face. And Faithpreneur Weekend is a stress-free, no judgment zone where you can be transparent and learn from the best of the best. It's not just any old body that I picked up off the sidewalk to come and pour into the members of our community. These are the people who know it, who live it, who breathe it, who have proven success and track records. And what we want to do is create this whole community of 1 million cash flow positive faithpreneurs. You know what we can do? If we really stand on our faith and say we serve a God who can do all things but fail, and we start executing, we can change the world, and the cray-crays in the world will have no other choice but to fall in line and get back so that we can do the thing we've been put on this planet to do. So I'm praying for everything else. I haven't turned on the news. I can't. I don't have the capacity.
Yeah. And you know, Stacie, now would have been the perfect time to have an excuse and not to do something. There's many people who have excuses right now. You know what? It's COVID. It's this. I don't have this. And I'm just proud that you moved through with this. I mean, we knew last year that Faithpreneur was coming, and with everything that happened, it was like, is it coming? Stacie was like, yes, it's coming. It's here. So, you know, sometimes it's easy for us to have an excuse or to say, no, I won't do it, or just to think it's going to be too hard to figure it out. But that's what this show is all about. It's about figuring out the how and then actually doing it. So I'm proud of you for that, because you could have easily said, no, we're going to take a year off, not this year.
Right. Well, you know what? This is dream do done.
Absolutely.
It started as a dream. It started as a dream. You all have seen this develop. You know, it started as a dream of how do I serve this community? And you don't always know everything about it in the instant you get the assignment. Yeah. You work through it. You refine it. You figure out, how do I position my product better? How do I open the good kitchen? You know, how do I move it from a truck to a storefront? You know, how do I create? That's what the how-to coach does. Gives you the information on how you actually do it. And then you take steps in the doing so that you can get it done. We would never be at Faithpreneur Weekend 2020 virtual experience if I didn't start. Can you imagine if I waited until this year to finally launch?
Right.
Launch it virtually without the track record of the 2 years before? People are like, she doing what? Faithpreneur.
Right.
So it's a lesson. And that's why our accountability show is so important, because so many people are sitting around waiting for someone to give them permission to be great.
Or waiting for the right time, the right moment for everything to be figured out and fall together. Right. That doesn't always happen.
or the circumstances. I used to be that person. I wanted everything to line up. I wanted all the lights to be green. I wanted someone to say, come on, you can do it. And I realized, because of my sisters, that I would actually have to, it's almost like running with a parachute on you. I had to run in spite of, I had to run against the wind. And things happen. And I mean, circumstances will never align, but somehow or another they will fall into place. And so, yeah, you all have been my coach. And I'm just here's here for a second. Tamara Hartley, do you remember where we were financially and emotionally last year for Faithpreneur Weekend?
Yes.
Okay. And so basically, what you don't know is that we had some wet pillows from some tears of frustration. You know, we were saying, hey, we know we can do better. We know we can do X, Y, and Z. But we were in the trenches last year. And so, Tamara, I just want to congratulate you and me, and thank God for our progress, because we're not where we were last year. I mean, Stacie, it was really last year. And I almost want to say, no, and I will say, you made mention that we already know what August is, you know, the new beginnings. But we were so grateful for Faithpreneur Weekend. It was almost like a new baptism for us. You know, most of the time we wait until the new year to, you know, start something and start building new goals. But Faithpreneur Weekend for me, I know, and even for Tamara, but for me, it was an awakening. It was you know, that end of the year awakening that this is what needs to happen before the end of the year. And then come the beginning of the year. And Tamara and I almost made a pinky promise that we will be in a different place. So you laughing.
Wait. So it's clear, Stacie, that you were not in the hotel room meeting.
No.
You were busy running the conference. We were back in the hotel strategizing because, you know, honestly, we take this seriously. This is what we do. So we were literally, I mean, Serena at one point had a notebook out. We were taking notes and strategizing. So this is who we are. This is what we do. You weren't in the hotel room meeting.
No.
But you inspired it, so.
but I need that testimony, right? Y'all got to feel bad because that's what we want. Fertile ground. We want fertile ground at Faithpreneur Week, and that's why it's not just any and everybody that can be aligned and associated with what we're doing. I want to protect my faithpreneurs because I know what it feels like to be preyed upon, P-R-E-Y. So you have to pray, P-R-A-Y, for discernment on where you show up for people to fill you up. And it's fertile ground, it's safe ground where you can come and say, as a business, I'm an emerging business or I'm an established business, but I haven't made a profit. Yeah. I'm still struggling. I've been there, done that. I know what it feels like. That you look real pretty, you showing up and you doing a good job, you doing the Lord's work, but you ain't got nothing to show for it. So we have to correct those behaviors so that we can live in the fullness that God has preordained, predetermined. He knows the plans that he has for us, but he's waiting for us to strengthen our faith muscle in this gym called life long enough to extend our hand. So as far as you extend it, as far as he'll reach out, he's not going to force you. But if you're going to unblind your faith and walk in this thing as a faithpreneur, it means that you know you have to do your due diligence to get all the pieces in place so that you can execute in excellence, that God gives the increase. You don't have to scrape and scratch and cheat and lie to get ahead. Stay faithful and do the work and watch God work.
And something else you just said was key too. A lot of times when we hear about conferences, you know, I am a lifelong learner. I believe in investing in myself and doing those things. So you can look at Serena, you can look at myself or think like, oh, they got together, their business is this. That doesn't stop the breakthrough that we had at Faithpreneur Weekend. Like literally we were open, we were receptive, and we were applying. So we went back to that hotel to strategize. We were presenters at the conference. And we still do that. So you have to not be stuck in that. Don't think you've arrived or you're here so you can't benefit from something like this, or this is just for newbies. No, this is for ongoing and this is for life. And that's what I want to reiterate, because some people will pass this over thinking, oh, well, I'm beyond this or I'm at this point. This is for all of us to keep going and to keep growing. And we were in that hotel pushing ourselves. And that's what I really think this is really all about, pushing yourself to the next level. Yeah, we're okay. And, you know, we made it sound like we was like down in the dumps. It's not that. We were just unsatisfied at the progress and knew that there was more. And you have to be in that uncomfortable space sometimes to keep going and going to your next level of success.
Right. Faithpreneur Weekend for me was a launching pad. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it was so rich. It was rich in content. It was rich with other faith walkers, faith believers, business owners who were not afraid to practice their faith, not one bit. But it was also practical advice. And so I know sometimes, you know, some faith get blurred, you know, God did it. Well, that's not what Faithpreneur Weekend is going to say. In fact, it will let you know how to get additional strategies to move your business forward. And it was honestly a launching pad for me. And so I am so grateful for everything the Faithpreneur Weekend was for me. Look at that lineup. That's something serious.
and even the transparency. Sometimes, you know, when we do act like we have it all together, we're not willing to be transparent and to share. And I think that's what happened. So not only we had transformation in the hotel room, we were even talking about this stuff on the plane and writing books on the plane. Like it sounds crazy or it sounds like I'm making it up, but that's just how serious we were. We on the plane like, okay, we're strategizing.
Yeah, we Tamara Hartley actually cried on the plane. That lets you know. That lets you know there was a movement of the spirit.
So this is what we're really talking about. And it's funny because Stacie, you were not even in this circle of what was going on. All people know is that Serena and I were bickering at the at Faithpreneur, but really behind closed door, we was loving on each other and helping each other.
It was so funny. Y'all like, we got something we need to share. And that's what I love, right? That we can be real. That I can't stand. It's an irritation for me. Like, you know, nails on a chalkboard when people pretend. Like, I don't believe in putting on airs and pretending. That doesn't help anybody.
It doesn't.
It just shows you as a fraud, right? But if you can be real in the good as well as the not so good, that you're going through a moment, that this is a learning process, something that you're learning and you're brave enough to share it, can actually help somebody else.
Yeah.
It can be a blessing to somebody else, because none of us we're put on this planet to do life alone. I talk about this all the time. It's about how you're in the right community and family and fellowship. You know, not to get too biblical for the church folks, but God put you in houses of worship and family for a reason. And if you're not being fed and you're not being taught, pray, ask for discernment so that God will put you where you need to be so that you can grow in your faith, that you can grow in your talents, that you can grow in your truth and the way in which you deliver it to the marketplace. That's what Faithpreneur Weekend is really about. I'm so excited. It's like you said, Tamara, we have emerging businesses, folks that are like, well, I just want to do something. I understand that in this economy, I need to have options. And that's great because faithpreneurs are faith-based entrepreneurs with a fidelity to God and organizing, managing, and operating their businesses, and or faith-based professionals looking to add another stream of income to their personal economy. You understand between the Rona and everything else that's going on that you want some other verticals in your life so that you can really have a transfer of wealth. And wealth is not just money. It's the wealth in the way we think, in the way we operate, in the things that we do. It's a broader conversation of how we show up as faithpreneurs, being good stewards of what God gave us and being compensated for it and being okay to have that conversation. I can tell you how many people, oh, faithpreneur, you talk about faith and finance like it's taboo. Like I just crossed over to the dark side. What? Just because you believe in God don't mean you need to be poor. I rebuke that devil.
Right. That's right. That's right.
You know, Stacie, one of the other, invaluable sessions you had was you had the millennials and you had them with their take on business. And you also had the seasoned individuals and their take on business. Now, all of us are pretty much sandwiched right in between. And so what I appreciated most about that is it taught me business strategies for making sure I know how to properly appeal to both audiences. The millennials, you know, sometimes we assume our language, our lingo, our approach always works for them, and it doesn't. And then our seasoned saints, you know, the individuals that are old enough to be our parents and our mothers, our fathers, so on and so forth, we assume that we can approach them correctly, and it's not. And there was so much that they taught us in their session, yet there was so much we learned from the young people and the millennials. So again, I don't know if you're going to still have that panel, but either way, it was that's what it was. And so as a business owner, I know Tamara, even as a business owner, as a mother, and even though you're a mom to, you know, I think your one daughter's 20, then you have some college students, you have a kid my age, either way it goes, it even taught me to be a better mother and also a better daughter. And so you hit the nail on the head with everything. And all of those panelists, looking at Dr. Ruben West, who is dynamite on stage. Dynamite. I just can't wait. I'm gonna be honest. I can't wait.
It's going down. The millennial panel is going to be fire this year. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see. These young millennials are on fire for Jesus. They are not holding back, taking no prisoners. When I tell you, it's going to be something else. And guess what? We're doing a relationship panel again.
Okay.
And guess who's coming on the relationship panel? Dr. Willie Jolly and D Jolly.
Nice.
That'd be nice.
Sandra Henriquez and Andy Henriquez.
Oh, okay.
Sharon, Cherry. Like, it's going. When I say it's going,
you're bringing in all the family.
You would think ideally you're name dropping on purpose, but the fact of the matter is, you've always attracted some quality people anyhow. So it does not surprise me that it seems like you're bragging, but you're not. Listen, you got to be
my people.
Yeah, those are our people.
And that's part of what I'm demonstrating through Faithpreneur Weekend. When I talk about leveraging relationships, resources, and revenue, I'm showing you what I do. I've invested in the relationships. I've invested in learning about resources. I've invested in the right strategies to correct the financial opportunity and forecast for my business. So this work that we're doing, this is not a game. Like, if people think, oh, that's cute. Well, she got a little Faithpreneur brand. Oh, that's cute. This is serious, right? And we have the New York City Commissioner for Small Business Services that's opening up. He came in his previous role for MWBEs, and now he's the commissioner. Wow. He just happens to be my friend. He just happens to have a wealth of knowledge. And he's going to be, oh, man, when I tell you, It's going down. But you see the titles. We just started releasing pictures of the speakers and talking about it. Like, we're getting into the nitty gritty. If you've never heard Dr. Pamela C.V. Jolly, you better put on seat belts. You better, I don't know what you're going to need, honey, because you know it's going.
Pen and paper.
Pen and paper. We're talking about estate planning. People are passing away faster than we can process it. Folks don't have their estates in order. They don't understand how to transfer and make sure that the state and the city don't get what people work hard for. We're talking about credit restoration. We're not here to judge what your credit score is. We're here to fix it. And how do you build business credit? And what the difference is in financial systems. Dr. Teresa Martin, Esquire, that chick is so bad to the bone, it don't even make sense. You know, and then transferring skills from the workplace to the marketplace. Ladrine is going to be a part of that discussion. Then we get into
okay, Ladrine, I see you. That's one of our regulars. Okay, Ladrine.
Ladrine gonna be on. Then we're talking about affordable automation. Like, if you don't have 10 employees, you need help. You can't do it as a solopreneur all by yourself. There's some people rolling around. I had to do things by myself when I was building, but there are automations. There are ways in which you can operate in a more sophisticated way, and be careful about cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Because we're living in an age now, everything is virtual. And TC is not only just one of our honorees, she's an attorney, as well as one of the foremost experts on how to really build in these automations. We're talking about intellectual property. Some of you are creating some wonderful things. You're not protecting it, so anybody can steal it. So we're going to talk about how important that is. Engaging your current customers with Wevo, one of our sponsors. Making your brand dynamic. Mastering and marketing your media. Jason Hodge, Pam Perry, Dominique, Pam Perry with Speakers Magazine. Like, Sharon Lee, I can't even speak. Like, these people are going to blow your mind. They're like, how much time do we have? They want to present like an hour each. I'm like, no. That's what the class is. That's what the class is afterwards. And of course, Dream Do Done. You know, we're here, the millennial panel and segment. Then we get into two parts of the relationship. The JV, how to get rich in the JV niche with my partners. I have another vertical with my business partners that we do government contracting. We're talking about the benefits of MWBEs. We're talking about contract opportunities, working with a Fortune 100, building my relationship with Delta. Delta has been my sponsor for 3 years in a row, and we're building that relationship even more. We're the only faith-based conference that they've supported.
Wow.
God, my God is real. I don't know what y'all believe, but I know what I believe, right? So if you do the work, he will show up and show out. And really getting into how to be married to a data entrepreneur. That's going to be hilarious. I can't wait for that one. Last year, I had my husband on the panel. He was not a willing participant originally, but yeah, on there giving all sorts of wisdom and dropping all sorts of nuggets. People needed his autograph. He was so uncomfortable. My husband does not like to be.
But look, I told you, listening to him last year, I was like, ooh, that's what my husband is talking about. It helped me see myself, because sometimes I could be a little cray-cray as well. You know, sometimes when you're married to a visionary, somebody like Stacie, we always talk about Stacie would jump. I'm going double dutch. You know, sometimes when you're married to people like that, you know, you need some support.
Absolutely. And you need a safe place to talk about it, because some people don't know how to support an entrepreneur, especially if you married someone and they weren't an entrepreneur, and then they get something in the spirit.
Yes, okay, if I'm an entrepreneur.
So you try to adjust, like, I didn't marry an entrepreneur. Like, what are you doing? What kind of risks are we taking? Like, what's going on? You know how many sacrifices I had to make? You know how many things I had to opt out of doing with my home, with different things, because I was building? You have to have someone that sees the vision. Thank God my husband sees the vision. He knows what God has called me to do with this work, and he's been supportive, and my kids have been okay with the sacrifices that we had to make to get here. Nothing good comes easy, but you have to go through. God is a rewarder of faithfulness. And if you can stay the course, if you can just wait the wait out, I'm telling you, he will blow your mind. So then we have the bonus segment, Honoring Your Temple, sponsored by SEQ Moves, which is an initiative I started here in my local community. But we're really talking about sustaining a healthy lifestyle. We have Dr. Dr. Yolanda Lewis-Ragland, who I just met with last night. She had to give me my B12. I'm ready. I got more energy. I got a little hydration going on. Hey, it's about to go down. She's going to be talking about, as a board certified physician, how she gives health and wellness information to her patients, not just medicine, how you can heal yourself with what you eat, nutrition. She's so passionate about it. And then we have a faith-based nutritionist, Elizabeth Madison, who's a part of the broadcast right now. She's coming in and showing you the spiritual laws of just praying through. You can't do this by yourself. You need God's help to help you stay disciplined and focused. And my brother, Robert Ferguson, Diet Free Life, they're doing clinical trials as we speak, that he's going to be talking about some of the information our community does not have about COVID-19. And he's coming no bars hold or no holds barred, whichever way it go. He's like, Stacie, our community does not know the truth. And there are things that we need to be prepared for and to do in our communities to survive this COVID. I call it the COVID nightmare. He said COVID-19. Then we go into affordable insurance. I finally got an insurance company that's going to be able to offer to my faithpreneurs some options on products to get coverage as a business or as an individual. Health First is going to be a part of this panel, sharing that information. We have eco-friendly and sustainable lifestyle practices by Diana Rose, who tore it down last year. And we're adding in a whole nother piece with the Yoma method. Wait till you see what this young faithpreneur is doing. She is a widower of one of our servicemen, and it was hard losing her husband. But she turned that pain into an opportunity to process combining yoga and her faith to create the Yoma method that she's going to be sharing. When I tell you, look here,
wow.
y'all think this is a game. This is not a game. Not a game. Oh, I totally skipped over the Faithpreneur Got Talent. Wait. Let me go on back. We doing this free part right here on Thursday. We're kicking it off with those wherever you are, because we're virtual. It's your 60 seconds of fame that you can come on and perform or share a talent and just show out. And we have Toya Beasley and Deja Vu that'll be hosting that, 2 celebrities that are going to be hosting that session. That's going to be fun. And that's open to everybody. We're going to broadcast that live, whether you're at the gala or not. But at the gala, you don't want to miss the gala. Do you see these people? You don't want to miss the gala. I promise you don't want to miss the gala. But let me scroll on down, because you see I'm excited, right? You see that this is just becoming. After we do Dream Do Done in the day, guess what? We're taping the Vera Moore TV show.
Oh, nice.
Friday evening.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. And then Saturday, we have the closeout Faithpreneur VIP prayer breakfast, where we give out the Winnie Birch Award, where we're doing the International Pearl Award in honor of my grandmother. And, I'm going to stop talking because I need to preserve my energy. I'm not here to convince anybody that you have to come. Either you've been praying and asking God, and when he sends an answer, he sends you the umbrella, he sends you the waiting boots, and you're like, I'm still waiting for an answer. Well, keep waiting. But for those who are ready to move, for those who are ready to say it's time, no more procrastination. It's time for action. No more just feeling frustrated. It's time for implementation. No more feeling confused about what to do and how to do it. Let's get some clarity. Let's stop talking about how we're helping so many people, doing so much. We're giving it away for free, and we haven't charged a fee. My close girlfriends, my Sands, my inner circle, they're like, you're not charging enough. What are you doing? Because there was a time where I had that block, where I just wanted to help. I just wanted to give. Right. I'm like, oh, don't worry about the money. I was offering people discounts before they asked for it.
Right.
Like, where's the anointing in that? That's not what God gave me. That's just as bad as burying your talent. Ooh, Jesus just gave that. He just dropped that in the spirit. That's just as bad as burying your talent. Yeah. Because you're giving away the very thing he gave you to make room for you. You're throwing away the very oil that you need to fill your vessels. So Faithpreneur Weekend, this is not a game. That's why the enemy keeps fighting me so hard. Don't think because I'm putting on this wonderful conference that he's giving me a pass. And he's like, okay, don't bother her because she's planning Faithpreneur Weekend. He coming with all his minions every day, but he alive from the pits of hell because I'm covered under the blood. And this work is not about me. It's about what God is doing through me to be able to help our faithpreneurs create a sustainable economy and be cash flow positive. So
well, let me just say, your excitement, it should definitely be there because, again, this was a life-changing conference for me. And after the year we have had, we need to all come together. First of all, to just praise God that we're still here and to get back up again. And that's exactly what Faithpreneur did for me. And I cannot wait until this weekend to get more nuggets. As we know, faith without works is dead. So you can pray all you want. As Stacie said, You can pray all you want. But what I love about Faithpreneur Weekend is that it gives you the strategy nuggets and even the tools, the faith, everything you need, a new sisterhood, a new brotherhood, a new group of people who's now rooting for you and will help you get ahead. And that is why Faithpreneur Weekend 2020 should not be missed by anyone. Like, it should crash because we have so many people on there, but it's not going to crash.
No. No. So, of course, I've been talking about Faithpreneur Weekend, but drum roll, please. Because also coming out of Faithpreneur Weekend is Positive Words Only by Serena Brown Travis. So we'll be announcing details, kicking and screaming. We'll be announcing details on that launch. And Tamara's going to tell you about the Dream Do Done accountability journal. Oh,
yes. So that's been a long time coming. We've been working hard on it, and we finally got it to where it's like, wow, this is it. So you will have an opportunity to get that journal during the Faithpreneur Weekend. So you do not want to miss that, because that journal it's off the chain. Okay. I just want to say that, because a lot of times you have journals that kind of collect dust because you don't do anything with it. We try to really present a product to you that is not only just beneficial, but that will really move you forward. If you really take the action and do what the journal is telling you to do and prompting you to do, you will definitely see some traction in where you're trying to go. And that's what we're most proud of. We don't do anything just for show. That's not who we are. We could have put the book out if it was just for show and had our face on the cover. That's not what we do. We wanted to make this the most productive product that we could put together to help you. Just, we're here every Monday, but this is going to help your weeks. This is going to help you be able to look back and say, wow, I am really getting this thing done. So we're proud about that. So make sure that you stay tuned for that, because you'll be able to get it during Faithpreneur Weekend. You won't be able to see it until then. So
absolutely. Wait, hold on. Let me show you what I have here. Just a sneak peek, because after the show.
Oh, yes, that's what I was talking about.
Sneak peek. This is going out. These are the people who registered first. Wait till you see what's inside. Woo! Melissa, wait till you get it, girl.
Yes.
I tell you, I had to put the kids on payroll for assembly, but
hey, that's what we do.
It's getting ready to go out with our new sponsor, UPS of Laurelton. So yeah, clearly I'm excited. We're excited about what we're doing. Dream Do Done. We're transparently showing you what it looks like to have a dream, to start doing, getting it done. Positive Words Only has been a dream. It's been sitting, it's been percolating. We've been pushing this baby. And now the baby is about to come out. We've talked about how we're going to support you. And as Tamara said, getting into a book that's not going to collect dust. We don't do shelf help. We do self-help. So this will be an opportunity for you to be able to utilize this and close out the fourth quarter of 2020 strong. So thank you so much for being here. I'm like, man, I what's that song? Oh, the MJ song, I Feel I Can Fly. I believe I can fly. That's how I'm feeling now. Because God gives the increase. God makes the way. God opens up the door. He just needs our obedience. He doesn't need our help. So I can't tell you what to believe or who to believe in, but I'm not going to shut my mouth to talk about my Jesus and how good he is. So I thank you for allowing me to be able to just have my moment today, because this is it. We got so much to do. It's so much going on, but I'm excited and I'm thrilled, because I know strongholds will be broken. I know chains will be loose. I know that we'll be moving in the direction of creating cash flow positive faithpreneurs all over this globe. So final words from you, my sisters, and then we're out.
Hey, listen, I appreciate today's show. I appreciate the preview of what's to come. I'm bursting at the seams for you, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Absolutely. I am just so proud to be a part of the journey. I hope you all are really paying attention to this. Not only did Serena's idea get birthed on a show, so did, the Faithpreneur Weekend. Like, we've talked about this for over a year and the different things. I want you to see that we're being examples of what we're really talking about. And that's why I love this show. When we say we're going to do it, we put it out to you. we have to get it done. And that's what we're doing. So I am just proud of our sister Stacie, and I'm looking forward to Faithpreneur weekend. And look, meet us there. Do not miss it. Meet us there. The next year you'll have your testimony as well.
Absolutely. And we're closing everything out, but for those who get it today, you can use the code DESTINY for the all access pass. This is your last chance to use the code DESTINY for the all access pass. Once these boxes are done, they're done. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at Faithpreneur weekend, everybody.
Do the present.